Plenty. Hey, what's going on? It's Schools Man, the Lamb's Paul, and San Django Joe. Come back one time for your mind. Welcome to the show where we tell it how it goes. You feel me? And it's the host of the most owner from coast to coast, making it happen, no cap. Like I always said before, you know, already know about Django Joe. If you've been up, hey, look, man, this is a place where you come to chill, and if you know what I'm saying, been through some things, if you trying to have an idea of what it's like for a person who has gone through some things, if you're sitting there trying to, you know, get your own idea or view of the world, and it's just like, you know, you're not hearing it from somebody who's actually been around and seen how it operates and how it works, and, you know, telling it in a way that makes sense to you. Hey, welcome to the show. This is an Ebonic speaking channel. If you're checking out the merchandise, looking so nice. Make sure you check out 4HFvibes.org. You know what I'm saying? More books on the way. More, a lot of good things on the way. And if you sit here and you support it right now, by the time it gets bigger, you can be like, I was there first. I'm an original Django Joe fan. You know what I mean? And with that being said, you know, welcome to the show, man. I'm just here to kick it, tell my story, tell how I feel, you know what I'm saying? Have some viewpoints that are going to uplift you in a tough love way, which means you may not like it, and I may not care if you do. You know what I mean? But it's all good. And I'm not here to down nobody, bash nobody, but I'm here to just spread the word of, you know, it's cool to be cool in every way possible. So, with that being said, make sure you check out the show. Welcome to the show, and this is how it's about to go down for the 2021. Click, clack. Bring that positivity gun back. Boom! Yeah. Yo, hey, you know what I'm saying? Welcome to the show. It's your man, Django Joe, coming back one time for your mind, you hear me? Fresh out the shower with lace for baby powder. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look up. If you're looking at the merchandise, and this camera probably flips, so y'all gonna have to flip it back, and I don't really personally care about doing that, because right now I'm here to spread the message, you know what I'm saying? If you're getting the merchandise, 4HFvibes.org, as an organization, as in, you know what I'm saying? This is bigger than me, in many ways, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, yo, the more I get into this, the more I sit here and find, I guess, networking opportunities to show people that have heard a bunch of misconstrued things when it comes to my name and my brand and my company, that, hey, the person that told you that might have been a liar. And on top of them being a liar, I wouldn't trust them as much as, you know, they don't trust me, I guess. But anyway, yo, man, welcome to the show, man. It's Django Joe coming back one time for your mind for the 2021. And today, we're going to be talking about healthy ways and healthy habits that you can start and build up to where when you are stressed out, you know what to do as opposed to what not to do. Now, here is my thing, though, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a veteran. I'm also a guy who's been through traumatic situations, hellacious situations that a lot of people would look at and be like, how are you able to smile, young man? How were you able to smile? Like this. Like that. Well, matter of fact, like this. You know what I'm saying? And it's because at the end of the day, like, it happened. You know what I mean? That's the best way to put it. It happened. You know what I mean? Like what? When people look at people in, I guess, the military when they're deployed, like, y'all think it's the war that makes a person crazy. It's like it's that's a part of it. Let's not take away from that. But the thing that makes a person bothered is, imagine being married and you're hype as hell to take care of your wife and family. And then the entire time for the 9 months to a year to maybe 6 months, if you're, know what I'm saying, I'm talking about the army, I'm in the army, so like 9 months to a year, you know what I mean, you're away. Your wife, who you love so much, who you're paying all the bills for, who you're making sure is A-okay, and the only thing she has to do is something productive with herself, is banging the entire neighborhood because she misses you so much. Know what I'm saying? That part. Can you say thank you to your service for that? And be like, thank you for your service for what? I literally joined this thing and lost every bit of my sanity, trying not to lose every bit of my sanity. That's what a lot of veterans are going through. A lot of trauma victims are going through that. It's just like, y'all don't understand. You're not going to understand unless you go through what I've been through. But I wouldn't wish what I've been through on anybody, because you're not possibly strong enough to handle it. And where people be like, oh man, you're making it seem like you're tougher than everybody else. I'm not. But I know I'm not weak. You know what I'm saying? I know I've been through some situations that'll break a person. You know what I mean? It's just like, for an example of that would be, hey, how many guys have had girls play baby games with them? How many guys have had girls sit there and say, you know, I'm pregnant, this, that, and the third, and then you find out it's not yours? How many guys have bounced back from that? How many guys are willing to sit there and say they, were hurt by that? Not a lot. You know what I mean? Because of pride. The male ego is probably one of the most fragile things in the existence of existence. And it's just like, the more you look into it, the more it's pointless. Your ego is big, but your perception is small. You know what I'm saying? You like, he got a big ego. That's cool. But does he have a big enough perception to know how to use that big ego? You know what I'm saying? And it's just like when your perception is big, my perception is humongous. You know what I'm saying? When your perception is big, you sit there and you look at things for what they are. That's literally it. I can't look at it any other way. And to people that can't relate to that, you know what I mean? You have sanity, where you have an idea of what's right and wrong, but you have an idea. You don't actually know. You know what I'm saying? Now, what is insanity for everybody that's been here sitting with me talking for this long amount of time that we've been here sitting together talking, which has been a few months. Now, shouts out to everybody, all my subscribers from day one to now for sticking with me, you know what I'm saying? But for the new people here, like I said, 2021, we're trying something new. So what's insanity? Insanity is where you're doing the same thing, expecting different results. You get what I'm saying? So that's insanity's right here. Sanity is oh, damn it. Oh, man. Hey, look. We're back. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Sanity is when you sit there and you're doing what you feel is right, if that makes sense. Now, that's insanity, sanity, super sanity. You know what I'm saying? And y'all like that one. Super sanity. Super sanity is when you know right from wrong, and then you have 2 grades of super sanity. You have 2 grades of everything, you know what I'm saying? So pretty much insanity is knowing, repeating the same thing and then expecting different results, which means if you keep going back to your ex-girlfriend and then she keeps on cheating on you and you're like, why? I keep going back and showing her I love her, then it's not gonna work. That's insanity, sir. You know what I'm saying? There's also the other insanity where, you're literally so upset at life that you're causing damage to yourself and others. That's not the route we go either. Sane, 2 types of sane. Sane is where you have a nihilistic view of it, as where, my life is meaningless and I'm just gonna work this job and die, and then whatever happens after that happens to that. Or, hey, life ain't that bad, it ain't that good, but you know what? I'm at a good place and I'm okay with being complacent. You know what I'm saying? That's sane. Super sanity is when you realize that, hey, all of y'all are fucking crazy and all of y'all are undiagnosed, and it's just like I'm the only sane person that understands that I'm in a world full of people that have undiagnosed mental issues. Now you can go left with that and be like, hey man, I'm gonna take advantage and be a kind of person that has a kind of following that, they do my bidding because I make them dance like monkeys. It's narcissistic. And then you have the other type, which is me, the empathic guy, the super empathic guy that's just like, I see what you're doing and I'm not gonna get involved with that. And you're like, why? Why do you choose to be alone? Because I see what you're doing 17 steps ahead of what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So while you're on the planning phase, I already see how that results. Rather not get involved. You know what I'm saying? And to go back on that, when you have or an understanding of those 3 levels of sanity, that's a good way, I guess, that you can judge, or not judge, but just look at how a veteran or a trauma victim views things. You know what I mean? Because a person that can manipulate people has been manipulated. You get what I mean? The greater the manipulator, the greater they have been manipulated. Make sense? You know what I mean? For those looking at my nose, I had a pimple. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't do that whole facial scrub thing. My skin look good, man. That's like shit. But anyway, so in finding healthy habits to deal with that, guess what? You have different levels of sanity. Insanity is, I'm gonna do a bunch of coke, and then when I go batshit crazy, I'm gonna sit there and be like, why is everybody judging me? That's insane. You're doing a bunch of coke and you're mentally like disturbed. You're self-medicating in a way that isn't prosperous for growth. You know what I mean? Now you got the other side of that is, I'm just gonna, what is it? What's insanity? I'm going to put myself in a harmful situation to help somebody, and that's gonna make me feel better. Like that's for all those young empathic, you know what I'm saying? Not age-wise, but mental-wise. The young empathic people who sit there and like, I can heal this person. It's fucking insane. You cannot. and that person will end up trying to kill you. You know what I'm saying? And I pray they don't succeed. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like you cannot change somebody. They have to change themselves. You may be able to change how they view something, but you didn't change that person. They made the conscious choice to change themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's insanity. Sane is looking at it like, yeah, I know, drinking causes liver damage, but I'm gonna keep on drinking anyway. You know what I'm saying? That's, I guess, the negative way to look at it. The positive way of looking at sane is, yeah, I'm stressed out right now, but instead of me complaining about being stressed out, I'm gonna go work out, and then I'm gonna come back to the same stressful environment over and over again because I'm surviving to live another day to survive, as opposed to thriving to live another day to thrive. You know what I'm saying? Super sanity. All right, so we went from insane, sane, super sane. Super sane people sit there and it's just like, we drink, yes, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, if I enjoy drinking, let me find the healthiest option to drink on, because I'd rather drink healthy than sit there and continue to bash hard liquor knowing that it's literally ripping my insides to shit. And it's just like, what am I gaining from this other than long-term pain? So I guess you can look at it as insane is short-term. Sane is looking at things midway. Super sane people think long-term. And if you're wondering where I got the term super sane from, that is what the Joker in DC is defined as. He's not insane. He's not crazy. He's supremely sane. You get what I'm saying? Like, he realizes, he knows himself. The same thing with Batman. Batman knows himself. That's why the Joker and Batman are like, you know what I'm saying? If people be like, what's the killing joke? I don't understand the killing joke. The killing joke is the Joker wants to change. He hates who he is, but he's afraid to change. The killing joke of Batman is Batman wants to change. He knows who he is, and he doesn't like certain things about himself, but he also is afraid of change. That's why Batman won't kill. And that's why Joker won't stop killing. You get what I'm saying? Because once they change those two attributes about themselves, they're totally different people. Can you imagine a Batman, instead of just coming in and whooping somebody's ass, and actually just snap? Like, that's it? You know what I mean? Or if the Joker stopped killing like in White Knight and he became a good person, like, it completely just messed up how you viewed the Joker. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how people with, these kind of mentalities think. Super sane people are veterans. Super sane people are trauma victims. Super sane people are people that have seen some things and they know the results of them. And if you choose to go down the path of, I'm gonna do it anyway, guess what the fuck's gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? Or if you choose to go down the path of, hey, I've seen this happen so many times this way that I've come to an understanding, if you do it like this, it'll actually work out better. Me. You know what I'm saying? Pause for the cause. But yeah. Whew. Good. Yeah, man. But it's just like, an example of that is, let's say, again, you like to drink, but you're so headstrong on drinking Jack Daniels or drinking, like Bacardi or whatever liquor, whatever liquor your choice is, Fireball, you know what I'm saying? OE, Mad Dog, Twanky, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever your preference is, but it's fucking up your liver, bro. It's insane to think that it won't. You get what I mean? It is insane to think that it won't. Now, at the same time, let's say, you're human. You have nerves. Your spouse or significant other isn't fulfilling your sexual desires, so you're always cranky. You get what I'm saying? And while you're thinking on the other end, it's a two-way street. You know what I'm saying? Men and women need to feel appreciated, loved, in order to sit there and make the hanky-panky count. If not, you're just fucking and cheating on each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no point of that. But anyways, it's just like, bruh, if you constantly know that doing this is going to result in the long run, years down the road, in you dying in a hospital with liver failure, which is a very painful way to go out. It's like literally liquefying your organs and pissing them out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's me looking at you like, bro, if you know this, why are you still doing this? I can't deal with the pain for right now. Nigga, that's right now. Like, bruh, like, you know what I'm saying? Do you still feel the pain from your first spanking and fucking Middle school, like, you know what I'm saying? You don't. You know what I mean? Mentally, you may still take yourself there, but it doesn't mean you feel the same pain. You're not there to feel the pain. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's super sane thinking, as in, you know what I'm saying? I know for a fact that, yeah, wine drinking may have, you know, its long-term effects, but the thing is, I'm not drinking a whole bottle of wine a day, nor am I hanging around people who drink a whole bottle of wine a day. So the health benefits of wine outweigh the health benefits of Jack Daniels. Yes, Jack Daniels tastes better. Yes, Jack Daniels gets me where I need to be better. And for those wondering who or what my drink of choice was, Sailor Jerry. You know what I'm saying? Sailor Jerry. I drink Sailor Jerry all day. Facts. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, in drinking that, hey man, I understood that it's not going to be for the betterment of my long-term health. And that's what I had to understand. Like, I had to really sit down with myself and comprehend that, you know, the more I drink this, the better I feel for the moment. But the same things that I'm running away from are the same things that keep on coming back. Why? You get what I'm saying? And it's because I didn't face my problems. A lot of the times, you got some veterans out here, and I'm going to talk about this because this is one of the most motivating things I've ever seen in my life. There was a guy, there was a guy back when I was at Fort Hood. You know what I mean? When I first got my back injury and I had when you become a walker instead of a runner, where everybody's got all that pride, like, oh, the walkers are weak. I'm one of them headstrong guys. If I'm going to be a walker, I'm going to be the fastest fucking walker you ever seen. And I'm going to piss you off every time you see me, because you're not going to talk shit about people like me. And if I have to become that person for you to not talk shit about, then hey, it is what it is. So I, you know, got my back torn to pieces and then became a walker. But there was a fat Mexican with no legs and two pegs. Big dude. And I thought he was, if you've been to Fort Hood, you know how the Fort Hood track is. It's bullshit. But it's just like, I saw him run that track on his own. He had people by him, but it was just like, instead of calling him Po Tink Tink, I'm gonna call him Po Tank Tank. You know what I'm saying? That dude was built like a tank. You feel me? And he was just boop, 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 boop. And as a walker, I'm sitting here saying to myself, you know what I'm saying? Look, you got so much pride about people talking about you as a walker. This man has no legs. No legs. You know what I'm saying? Nubs with metal cases at the bottom. That's pretty much it. And he's busting his ass to make sure he stays in shape. There are no excuses in this world for you. You get what I mean? Because as long as you're willing to find a way, hey, my G, you can do anything you want to. Again, I say that to say again, me being a walker at every base I went to, you know what I'm saying? I have the record for being the fastest junior enlisted walker where I'm at. Why? Because you're not gonna sit there and be like, oh, he's a walker, he's lazy. Sir, I'll outrun you if I could run. Know what I'm saying? Like I said, it took me 5 years to run because of my injuries. That's a lot of time numbing, and it's not like you're numbing the pain, but it's like, know what I'm saying? I'd say if you have a cut on your finger, eventually that cut's gonna callus. You get what I'm saying? And when it calluses, you may still feel it, but it doesn't mean that it hurts the same. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, my back, you may see me out and about, you know what I'm saying, squatting. You may see me bend down, you know what I'm saying? But you may also look at me for the rest of the day like, why the hell is car ain't leave? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. I'm callousing myself. I'm building myself up to get better. And I'm like, bro, if I can do it, you can too. You know what I'm saying? Example of that, again, is like I started school recently. Again, I'm back in college again, you know what I'm saying? And I had to learn pretty much, you know, when I first started college, I was supposed to get my degree this spring. I was supposed to have my 3rd, 4th degree. Yeah, like I'm very educated. And like I said, for those of you who didn't know, if we're basing things off of experience, then I have a doctoral degree in social psychology. I guess you could say that. You know what I mean? If we're basing it off of experience, not off of what a book told you, but what you've experienced. I can say I have like a, you know, master's degree in human relations. I have a doctoral degree in social psychology. Like I have, you know what I'm saying? And this is based off of experience. This is me looking at the books that they would read and saying, you know what, I understand those a whole lot better than what the guy who wrote that book does. I guess we're on the same wavelength. But because I don't have 50 people sitting there agreeing with me, even though I get it, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I've experienced that. I know what that's like. What you're writing in that book is actually wrong. What it's really like is like this, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm here today. What they've written about veterans and people that have been through trauma have only been from the angle of, I want to say, the insane people. You know what I'm saying? Not the sane, or the super sane, but the insane people. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you sit there and not understand it comes in threes? You know what I'm saying? Like, if death comes in threes, life comes in threes. Every three is just a magical number. You get what I mean? And it's just like, the reason that super sane people end up becoming very detrimental to society is because of the way we view it. It's like, if you have a person sitting there I'm not trying to change the world, I'm not trying to get a following, I'm literally just trying to make my day-to-day better. And the only way that the sane people see it as is, we can help you, but you're gonna take our help. And the insane people are, we're not gonna help you, we're gonna make it harder for you. And it's just like, bro, you can't constantly keep winding up something and expecting it not to pop. Like, it just makes no sense. The insane people want to see it pop. The sane people will look at you surprised when you do pop. The super sane people get to the point where they don't fucking care. Super sane. Sounds like Super Saiyan. You know what I'm saying? Goku first went Super Saiyan, he lost all control of everything. He went through a moment of extreme rage and learned how to control his rage. Super Saiyan 1. So super sane would be, you've lost all control of reality. You're looking at reality as what you thought it is, and then realizing that it's no longer, all that's out the window. You know what I mean? Like, this is the real world. Welcome to being an adult. You know what I'm saying? Super sane 1, if you can control it. You know what I mean? If you can control it, that's the key. You know what I mean? Because it's a daily struggle. It's a daily, like, people want to say, like, I want to be the toughest guy in the room. No, you don't. You don't want to be that target. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be the smartest person in the room. No, the fuck you don't. Because you still want to be relatable. You know what I mean? Like, I tell that to people all the time that see me doing this show, and they're just like, oh, you got the time to do things. Do I? Do I really? You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's look at our 24 hours. That's like, people say they want to be equal. You are equal. You just don't see you're equal. That's super sane thinking. Super sane thinking is this. Y'all want equality, you're already equal. How are we equal? You have the same 24 hours. Nobody's 24 hours is different. You know what I'm saying? If everybody were to line up in the world and be like, you know what I'm saying, from Monday to Friday, y'all live y'all lives how you want to, but at the end of the day, you're going to survive from Monday to Friday. You know what I'm saying? And by the end of Friday, what you've done with your life is what you've done with your life. The people that are rich, they've done the same things they've always been doing. The people that are poor, same things. Midway, same things. But the same thing that I want to get back to is, all of y'all had the same 24 hours. If you wanted to change something, you would have changed something. You didn't. You get what I'm saying? That's super sane level of thinking. It's just like, I get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't go for the complaints. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, for me being alone, I can complain about why I don't have support from my family and friends and all that. And then it's just like, then I can look at it and say, I'm doing this without them. And that's A-okay. You know what I mean? But to go off of what I'm saying, like, it's just like, put it like this. You can't, I don't understand jealousy. That's okay, that's a good way to put it. I don't understand jealousy, I don't understand envy. Because everybody has something somebody else wants. For me, being able to start my own business, somebody could be like, I want to start my own business. Nigga, you don't have any idea how hard this is, bro. And this is tough. And doing it on your own with, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm building good business relationships with people now, but it's just like starting out, and I'm still technically starting out, you know what I'm saying? It's hard. Because being a super sane person, as in you see life, you see people, you see patterns, you see things for what they are. The amount of people that want to just see you fail is kind of like, it's not depressing, it's just like, on my end, it's depressing on your end. Like, how sad are you, bro? You know what I mean? Like, how sad is your life that you can't see somebody else helping somebody else if you're not involved in it? In two kind of ways. As in, I'm not going to help you unless I can put my name on it, or I know that I can't do this kind of stuff, so I just don't want to see you do it, so I'm a blackball you. Like, that's sad as fuck. Know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm like, in this kind of world that we're living in today, that is being hyper feminized, and I'm not a feminist basher. I'm just like, if women honestly don't like other women, I don't understand feminism. You get what I'm saying? Because that's a super sane level of thinking. It's just like, if all you've seen throughout history are feminine men or women who have, basically knocked off or messed over other people because of their mind state, and narcissistic, like feminism to me, like feminine thinking is narcissism. That's feminine thinking, you know what I'm saying? If you were raised by a feminist person, you get the world a lot better because you see narcissistic patterns a lot earlier than a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? For those who've been in single parent households, I guarantee them boys over there, if you were to look at an easy tell for a feminine guy is he has hairy legs. You know what I'm saying? Because what's the number one spot a lot of women have hair on is their legs. You know what I'm saying? That's a feminine trait for hair growth. You get what I mean? Like, I'm a male with a lot of testosterone, so I have hair on my back and my chest a lot. That's a male place for, pretty much the thing that makes you a guy, testosterone, having excess. That's why I'm like, hairy. Some guys got hairy legs, and you see those same guys are very feminine. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. You are who you are. It's just the more you break down and sit there and understand yourself, you're like, oh, okay, this is why I do this is why I do that. This is why, you know what I'm saying, subconsciously. Like, a lot of people don't know how to speak to the subconscious, you know what I'm saying? You have a super sane level of thinking, as in you're like, okay, subconsciously, this means this, you know what I'm saying? Like, women understand the subconscious. That's why women are able to manipulate so well. That's why women, they low-key run everything. Even when you think they don't, they do. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, wow. And understanding that women also don't like each other. You know what I mean? Women really don't like each other. Like, if we're looking at it on an animalistic level, let's say, like, I said my spirit animal is Godzilla, but if you look at a real actual animal, I guess you could say I'm a Jacksonville Jaguar. You know what I'm saying? But then you look at a jaguar as an apex predator, as in, you know what I'm saying, as long as you keep me away from snakes, which are the only enemy of a jaguar, if you keep me out of a snake infested area, then when I roam someplace, I'm not worried about who's eating because I'm going to eat. You get what I'm saying? But then you put a jaguar around a bunch of squirrels. What do you think is going to happen? You know what I'm saying? The squirrels are going to freak out and panic everywhere they go. That's how women think. They're constantly freaking out and panicking everywhere they go. They're raising children who constantly freak out and panic everywhere they go. That's why they make so many emotional decisions. It's impulsive. They're impulsive as hell. They're just like, do this, do that, do this, do that. I don't care what happens as long as I can survive. You know what I'm saying? Survive, survive, survive. But your train of thought, you can be I've met a lot of smart people. A lot of smart people, you know what I'm saying? And, everybody has their own definition of a man. Me, I feel like being a man is a rite of passage. You have to survive a set amount of tests. And, you know what I'm saying? You walk, talk, and act a certain way based off of those tests. That's a man. Some people think a man is when you turn 18, you're a man because of age. I'm like, age doesn't equate to mentality. You get what I mean? Like, there's not an influx of, but you're just watching the world slowly turn feminine. And like, it's nothing wrong with that. But the thing is, the only thing that's wrong with that is understanding that a lot of people don't understand. You get what I mean? Like, if back in my days, in the aggressive era, in the testosterone era, you know what I mean? The whole, I guess the way you view things in music would be aggressive, you know what I'm saying? But as you grow up, you realize that, that's a child's place of thinking. I can't think the same way forever. I can't be the same way forever. So when I was born, that's literally it. Like, there's nothing else to do. You know what I'm saying? But as you grow, you realize that, hey, my thoughts are going to change. Everything else about this situation is going to change. Why am I not changing with it? You know what I mean? There's nothing new under the sun is an equation that pretty much just says the one thing or the one constant in life is going to be change. There's nothing new under the sun. You know what I'm saying? As in, you can't, the one thing that the sun knows is going to happen is the way you're viewing things right now in 10 years is not going to be the same way you view things. And if so, you wasted 10 years of your life. That's the best way I could put it. So when you're, to get back to the original point of all this, like I said, I go on tangents and come back. It's just like when you're viewing the world from a woman's eyes, you see the way that, the way that, and I'm not going to say woman, just like a feminine way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? you think males hunt different, like hunter-gatherer kind of deal. Like that was the big man thing. I gotta be an alpha male, I gotta be a hunter. But then if you're looking at it from a feminine viewpoint, like those are the idiots. You know what I mean? Those are the guys that are putting themselves in situations to get killed. And yeah, they're strong, but they're like, you know, when it comes to making smart decisions, they're not the smartest. They're not the smartest. You know what I'm saying? And the gatherers were actually some of the smartest, but the smartest ones were the ones that would just watch. They wouldn't chase prey. They wouldn't be chased either. They would just wait. And then they would, you know, figure out ways to accumulate the amount of food they needed to accumulate. But it's just like those were the ones, you know what I'm saying? The super smart people. They didn't do groups. They kind of just chilled on their own. But the ones that were in the hunter-gatherer, the alpha, beta kind of deal, you wonder why so many dudes are turning alpha. They're like, I'm alpha this, I'm alpha that. I'm like, it makes no sense. Because if you were, you wouldn't have to say you were. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you're strong, be strong. If you're tough, be tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, I say I'm the coolest man in the land with pausing saying this because that's a catchphrase. Like, if I didn't, you know, when I leave, when I turn this camera off, I don't talk. I just chill. And I let my vibe speak for me. And that's what people actually say about me. You get what I'm saying? So this whole, I need to be an alpha male thing, I'm like, if you know what I'm saying? If you're an alpha male, be an alpha male. Don't tell the whole world you're going to be an alpha male. Just be an alpha male. You get what I'm saying? Like all that, oh, I'm an alpha male. Nigga, you shut your soft ass up. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of dudes are beta. They have a feminine way of thinking. They still need to be taken care of. You get what I mean? Like the Sigma, I guess, way of thinking or looking at it is just like, I don't need anybody for anything. Not even social interaction. I just do what the hell I want to do. It's my life. You know what I'm saying? Those guys are who the alphas, they envy them. The betas envy them. And the women love the fuck out of those guys because those guys are the ones that sit there and make actual change happen. Because we know how to speak alpha because, you know what I'm saying, I am alpha. I don't have to, I'm naturally alpha. You know what I'm saying? Like where some people were born beta, I was born alpha. I became a Sigma male over time. And this is not talking about the fraternities, this is talking about the mentalities. You get what I'm saying? Like straight up, if life has pretty much said that the toughest warriors have the strongest endurance or some stupid phrase like that, I'm a tough motherfucker, right? That's why I'm peaceful. The toughest people I met are always peaceful. The toughest people always joke. The smartest people always know that it's not what I'm saying. Yeah, I can fight, but if it's not to the death, then what's the point? You know what I'm saying? That's just, it's an extreme way to look at it, but it's just an honest view of it. That's why I'm sitting here, you know, being, I guess, positive. Because the smartest, the strongest, the toughest people know that you gain more in times of peace than you do in times of war. And right now, you have two mentalities at war with each other. You have male thinking and you have female thinking at war with each other. And to find helpful ways to deal with that, you may smoke, you may drink, but the thing is, understand overabundance of something is wrong, but at the same time, as long as you're trying to make it right, that's the point. You get what I mean? I smoke weed. I'm not going to stop smoking weed. I don't know why. Or they could be like, you know what I'm saying, it'll hurt your brain cells and this, that, and third. Brain cells are already hurt. I'm doing this shit because if me smoking weed causes short-term memory loss when I already have short-term memory loss, and I'm telling you that's just what the book told you. I remember everything when I smoke. The same thing I said in the last video and videos prior. I smoke indica weed because indica calms me down and is able to actually have me sit here and interpret the situation in a way that isn't feminine. When I smoke sativa weed, it gives me a feminine train of mind. It's just like, fuck that, fuck this person, fuck them over, you know what I'm saying? They fucked you over, don't ever da-da-da-da. When I smoke indica weed, which I don't even know if I can say like it gives me a male train of thought, it just gives me a perspective of, yeah, that was fucked up, but understand that person was a fucked up person. So of course they're gonna do fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to, why did they do me like that? You know what I'm saying? It's just the train of thinking I have when I smoke. And then according to mental health books, that's not supposed to be possible. And I care because it is, and it works for me. You know what I mean? And I say that to say, pretty much, if a person deals with memory loss, it's because they've had a traumatic life. That's a form of narcissistic abuse. You know what I mean? That's why you'll see some guy or some girl constantly go back to the person they were dealing with. On top of copulings and things like that, you also have to think about, can that person even remember the argument? Like, have you thought about that? Like, have you seen some get over things quickly? They may have too much pride to say they don't even remember why they're mad. You get what I mean? And looking back at that, that's just a whole nother story. But it just goes back to what I'm saying. Like, if you can't, understand what you're doing, as in, if you can't understand this will cause this, then don't do it. Makes sense? That's the healthiest way I can see it. If you understand that working out gives you a better body and it's healthy for you, work out, get a better body. If you can understand that, smoking weed may cause memory damage to an extent, if that's your case, then you know that smoking weed does that. So the more that you smoke weed, or the more that you smoke the kind of weed that causes that, then the more, it's insane to think it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? But then at the same time, if you have a clarity or understanding of, it's only if I do it this way, there are more ways to do it. That's super sane way of thinking. And I hope that makes sense. I really do, because it's just like, smart people I've noticed sound dumb or they sound crazy because you can't speak my language. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm able to break down communication in a way that makes sense to you. But if I were to actually have a full-blown conversation with you and I'm able to just go raw and just speak how I really feel, like, you probably get lost. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that because that's just how a lot of people think who have experienced some things. It's hard to break it down to what I'm truly saying, because it's just like the experiences that I've had, I can't, I can put in the words, but you understanding those words, I'm going to get annoyed at after a while. Like, if I keep saying the same thing for 35 minutes, which is just be cool, be chill, and understand yourself to be cool and be chill. How many more ways do you need me to say it? You know what I'm saying? Like, do what works for you. It's 2021. You being the best you can be is all that you need to see this year. And I'm doing it. Shit, I got goals, man. I finally paid off one of them credit cards. Like, hey, man, happier than a bitch right now, because that's one leg out of this hole of debt that I put myself into. Like I said, I got into debt in that relationship, but I still chose to engage in that relationship. I had an insane way of thinking, you know what I'm saying? As in, I can heal this person. No, I can't heal nobody. They can heal themselves. You know what I'm saying? I didn't learn that lesson from my first marriage. I didn't learn that lesson from the relationships prior to my first marriage. You know what I'm saying? Now I learned it. Which is why I'm like, as far as dating, and this last little one, y'all gonna get some extra from. Like, these episodes are gonna start getting longer. They're gonna be once a week. And I want to have you at least be able to sit here and fully relax and chill with me. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I started college. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, there was this chick up at campus. Man, there was, boy. And she had, how I'm gonna say this. So pretty much, I'm still promoting my business everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, even at class, I got people on there talking about I want to buy your books and stuff like that. Because the way, I say it how I feel. I'm real. That's why you can't copy this show. Even if you were to do the exact same thing with another person, the same backgrounds and the music and all that stuff, people would look at that as you had to get that from somebody, because the way that I operate, there's only one me. You can't duplicate this show. I can show you how to make it and you still couldn't do it. That's why I'm like 4HF with the next, I guess mental health Coca-Cola. It's going to be a household name fairly soon. Remember that. Know what I'm saying? But look, so I went to the school and I'm just like, I needed help with something. With the mental health issues that I have, I remember a lot, but I don't. And I literally forgot that I didn't buy a book for class. So there was this chick up there, bro, with a low cut, man. Like, she had it was like curly pixie-ish almost, you know what I'm saying? And we're sitting there and we're vibing and we're kicking it. And I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just getting help. She's helping me out. Like, I'm not flirting, but she's helping me out, you know what I'm saying? And she's like going out of her way to help me out. Either they told her to do it or whatever the fuck, but she was there and she was kind. I'm like, dog, you know how often I run into kind, attractive females? Most of these bitches be acting like they pussy stink when they talk to me, and they gotta go in the bathroom and clean themselves. They just like, and then they'll tell their homegirls when I'm leaving in their own special way, oh, I like him, he's cute. You know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. But I'm like, she was just kicking it. She wasn't afraid to talk to me. You get what I mean? And I put myself in a situation to be talked to, but it's just like, you would be surprised how many women are afraid to speak to people that look like this. Like, and that's why I'm like, or not even women. I'd say like young-minded people. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can't look past his image and see my mind, to me, you're not a woman. To me, you're not a man. To me, you're still a grown child. That's it. You know what I mean? But it's just like, I'm not pursuing anything that can't comprehend that, you know what I'm saying, you're going to have to speak to me first. You're going to have to let it be known that I'm what you want. So I'm like, you know, has that way of thinking been working for me so far? Hell yeah. Like, if you can see the amount of women that just like, they go for it. And it's just like, you know, I handle my own needs, but it don't mean I still don't have needs I got to handle. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It gets lonely. But you just want to sit there and, you know, you man, she was the closest thing in a while, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? To the point that I gave her my number on the slip. You know what I'm saying? I just wrote my number down there and I was just like, damn, because she was just like, it was just her vibe. She had a very understanding kind of energy. And that's what I need. I need somebody who understands you're not going to understand me, but I'm going to understand you. And I'm going to treat you cool as long as you're able to be cool. You get what I mean? But in this world today, and I'm seeing it time and time again, the more you look at the world stars, the more you look at the news, which are media avenues perpetuating a certain stereotype for the advancement of an agenda. But at the same time, it's like you're still seeing this. The more OnlyFans I see, the more girls showing videos of them cheating on guys and calling the guy like, what the fuck do you expect? Because I would be, you know what I'm saying, what do you expect's going to happen to that person? The more videos you see, I saw one, this guy who went to another nigga job who was fucking his girl to hit him. Like, that makes sense. You're gonna knock out the guy that's been knocking out your girl from the back instead of you knocking your girl out of your establishment. Not putting hands on her, but removing her from your environment. As in, know what I'm saying, if you're living with her, hey, my guy, we don't move in with females. We've learned our lesson from that. Know what I'm saying? If you haven't heard the stories I've got on that, it ain't where it's at. Know what I'm saying? Having them move in with you, you got kick out powers, that's cool too. You know what I mean? But low key, like if I were to get in, or not if I were, when I do, finally find my own relationship, bitch, I ain't finna trust you for a minute. Like, it's gonna be a minute. Cause in this microwave generation where it's just like y'all would meet up and y'all don't even go on dates anymore. You know what I mean? Like, y'all just meet up and hunch and then y'all have babies and y'all hate each other. Like, that's what's been going on for like years and years now, and nobody's understanding that, and I guess nobody's saying it in a way. But it's just like, you know, when I saw her and I saw how she treated me, that gave me hope. And then, just like I say, whenever you see a bunch of females together, that's why I don't understand feminism. It always be that one bitch hate. You know what I mean? So it's just like this older chick. We had actually this older chick, I'm gonna say, you know, I look how I look. You hear me? And I came and she was just like, what does that mean? And the tone in her voice, because I'm a tone speaking person. Like, watch how you talk to me. You know what I mean? I don't give a damn who you are. Watch how the fuck you talk to me. You know what I'm saying? There was a tone in her voice I found disrespectful. And it was just like, when I sat there and I explained to her the meaning of this for me and how I was brought up and told, this means patience. You feel me? Like, this is a test of manhood in some cultures. Is when you stop giving a damn about your appearance on the outside to work on your appearance on the inside. What really matters. You get what I mean? And it's just, you let your hair grow how you want it to go and then you let it go. That's why I said, as soon as my hair locked up, I ain't put a band back on these things to reform them since. As soon as I got these things to where they're at, like, I got my scragglers, but that's it. You know what I mean? I'm working on myself, and that may take some time. But the thing is, as long as I'm staying focused on what I need to be focused, which is the inside, and I'm letting the outside do what it do, that's all that matters, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I said that in so many ways. And the chick that I was talking to, she's like, you know what I'm saying? My brother said the same exact thing. And you could just feel the dampness in the room from all the vaginas simultaneously convulsing together. You get what I mean? Because it's like, when you first look at me, you think I would be this ignorant motherfucker. But then when you realize I'm so much deeper than you're willing to comprehend, which is why you won't get me. You know what I mean? But I'm willing to understand you. And if you're not a threat and you want to grow, we can go. What's cracking? You know what I mean? But so many women and people who have feminine mindsets, they don't look past they don't see you until it's just like too late. You get what I mean? And it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Again, to go back to, you know, we're just bouncing points at this point, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, just to go back to that, if you were blind and all you could do is hear a person, And that's how you base them. I base your views on their attitude. The world would just change, because if I can no longer see what you have, I can only feel who you are. That's how empathic people view things, except for I'm not blind. I can just see. So it's just like when you get around good people, you feel good. If you got a veteran who's always edgy, there's somebody around that person that's making him edgy. That's the same thing with trauma victims. It's just like, depending on how you look at it, that person's scared. If you're having to eliminate a person for whatever reason, you're scared of that person. No matter how you look at it. If you got to bash a person for no blatant reason, you're scared of that person. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it, because I've seen so many scenarios. It's a super sane way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? The insane view would be like, man, I'm gonna get in a group with a bunch of people I don't trust and then claim loyalty. And when things crash and burn, I'm gonna look out for myself even though I claim this group. Like 6ix9ine. That's insane. It's not thinking logically, bro. And that's how his situation is. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect or respect, the same things how I view it. You know what I'm saying? The same way of thinking would be, I'm not going to put myself in that situation, but I'm going to hang around those people. That's how sane people think. That's why they're constantly miserable. The super sane thinking is, if you're not good for yourself, if you're not going to cause, I guess, growth in the long run for yourself, stop trying to convince me that you're doing the same thing or you're going to do something like that for me. Like, I'd rather do this on my own. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, to make that make sense also, you know, I know people. I know a lot of people. And people know that I know a lot of people. And they're like, how come, like, you'd be surprised how many people are sitting there like, man, how come nobody's been putting you on as far as promotion and things like that? And I always say the same thing, you know, some things work out how they do, and people have their own viewpoints on what they feel. Like, if somebody feels like because I'm not going to do it their way that they're not going to promote it, hey, fine. But when this gets big, that same person who didn't promote it because it's not how they want it is going to look like a complete ass, and we're just not going to do business. You know what I'm saying? I'll see you in the street and say hi, but we're just not going to do business. Like the same person that says if I'm not involved, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have the person who wants to do it their way, and then you have the person that wants to only be involved in it to promote you. You know what I'm saying? If a person wants to be involved, but I'm just like, this is a positive group. We're not here to, you know, we're really going for the veterans and the trauma victims. Like, we're going to speak for me, but the thing is, I'm saying tough things. We're going to do it in a way that works for them. That's the point. It's bigger than me. It's about helping them to understand that it's okay to live your life again. And they're like, yeah, but then we can put in some kind of, you know, some old, just some shit that makes no absolute sense. Hey, I respect that, but you know what I'm saying? I'd rather not do it like that, because you're not a veteran. You don't understand. Like, I'm an actual veteran. You know what I'm saying? I understand. I'm like one of the real veterans, not the ones that were kiss asses that got out, but one of the ones that had a rough military experience. You know what I mean? And if I'm able to say it in a way that works for them and it's not going to work for you, fine. You know what I'm saying? I wish you the best when this gets big and you want to do business, and I say no. Not because I don't want to, but because of your perception and how I see you. You watched me struggle to make this show happen, and then you wanted to hop on when it got on fire. That's insane. You know what I mean? But to sit there and be like I said, you know what I'm saying? Go to the website, get the books, you know what I mean? And it's that easy. Like, it's not hard. And you can hit me up and talk to me all you want to. But people don't get that. They'd rather wait till you get big to support you. I'm like, that's why, you know, I'm not saying I won't, you know, give back, but this is me giving back. You feel me? But it's just like, when you think like that, when you have that level of sanity, that level of clarity to see things, you know what I mean? You understand, like, I'm gonna be one of the biggest people in the journey of self-help to help others help themselves. Not help me, but help themselves. I don't want to be famous, but I'm probably gonna end up being famous. I don't want to be rich. I'm probably gonna end up being rich. I don't want to be, you know what I'm saying, the guy who, I guess, you know, I don't want to be that guy who you see let the fame get to his head. It's probably gonna happen. It's not, because I have, you know, I have a deep sense of clarity and understanding to never, like, my ego. If you look at an ego is like a big ass glass that you gotta know what I'm saying. The bigger it is, the harder it is to hold it. That's why you see a lot of people with humongous egos live in big crowds around people. Like me, my ego is big. I'm big enough in my head to know that I'm not less than you, but it doesn't make me better. Get what I'm saying? Like, I'm a very, you treat me how you want to be treated, and that's how we're gonna treat each other kind of person. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, that's my healthy habit. That's the healthy way to deal with things. Just be cool. I've made a 48-minute video about literally being cool. So if you made it this far, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, shouts out to you, shouts out to your goals, shouts out to everything you got going on. And stay awesome, bro. Stay awesome, man. Stay awesome, kid, who ain't supposed to be on here but is on here anyway. Stay awesome, old head. You know what I'm saying? Like, just stay cool, bro. It's that easy. And no matter what life throws at you, throw it back if you don't want it. You don't have to accept it. You get what I'm saying? Change. Be the change you need to see. Like, fuck a want. Wants ain't shit. Be the change you need to see. Like I said, I need to be who I am to get to who I want to be. And that's just, it is what it is. And I'm going to be the greatest version of myself in history. Because this is his story, as in his shit is my shit. I don't say that was a joke. But know what I'm saying? But it's just like, yeah. You know what I mean? And shouts out to everybody that's been rocking with me. Shouts out to everybody that's been understanding. And there's becoming, like, because a lot of people are starting to, like, they're coming around. They're starting to see, like, that guy that told me something about him was a bitch. You know what I mean? Like, this guy's actually cool as fuck. And I've heard people say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and one thing I want to point out is, like, you'd be surprised at things you pick up on when you start to pick up on. Like, I used to go for long walks in the morning in my old neighborhood where my house was. And people want to know why I had to, you know what I'm saying, work on leaving that neighborhood. It's hard when you live around your ex. All you see is your ex's people. You know what I'm saying? Like, if your ex-mama stay right there, then the baby daddy stay right there, then the other family stay right there. And it's just like, you know what I'm saying? And all you do when you're walking, you know what I'm saying? You walk at a time that's early enough to where you don't see nobody, but every time you see somebody, for 5 days straight, it's a different guy arguing on the phone with a female about the same thing, calling her bitter. And I don't even know that nigga, but I've seen that nigga around. He don't be bothering nobody. If somebody says that for 5 days straight or at the same time, just like they want to bump and you got your shit on you. And you know what I'm saying? You ain't afraid to take a life at the same time. You don't want to put yourself in that situation. And they're like, you know what I'm saying? Why you feel annoyed all the time? It's just like I said, being super sane about that and putting two and two together. I ain't got no problem with nobody. When I have every bit of a reason to have an issue with somebody, nah. It ain't never worth all that. You know what I'm saying? Having somebody have enough control over your emotions to make you act irrationally, never worth that. You know what I mean? Never ever worth that. So with that being said, the healthiest way to deal with trauma is to deal with trauma in a healthy way. Make sense? Love y'all. Positivity gun.